On November 2nd, 2016, Sherri Papini left her home in Redding, California to go for a jog. She was reported missing later that day when she did not return home. The search for her began immediately. She was found after 3 weeks with bruises on her body and her hair cut off, reportedly done by her captors. Seems a very tragic story. But what if we tell you that it was all fake? That a woman who is a mother of 2 kids faked her own kidnapping? Does it seem real? Or was all this a conspiracy or something with a hidden agenda?
Sherri Papini, the California mother who is now admitting her story of being kidnapped was all a hoax. She made a brief court appearance on Thursday before her planned guilty plea next week. Now to the mystery surrounding the disappearance of that California mom. Another young woman who attended the same high school also vanished years ago while jogging. ABC's Matt Gutman joins us from Los Angeles.
This is why we bring to you the story of Sherri Papini, a 34-year-old woman who disappeared and then reappeared with a very interesting story about her disappearance. But how did she get all the bruises and how was her hair cut off? Well, she is smarter than you think.
911, what is your emergency? I just got home from work and my wife wasn't there, which is unusual.
You had this beautiful blonde mom of 2 who all of a sudden had vanished.
She is considered at risk due to the suspicious circumstances.
Tune in to find out the exact story in the video ahead because we will be debunking the Sherri Papini hoax. Welcome back, dear friends. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, then do it now because there are some amazing stuff coming up. On the morning of November 2nd, when her husband left for office, she prepared her 2 kids to leave at the daycare as she always does. After that, she went for a walk. But what was unusual is that she did not return home. After her disappearance, the search for her began immediately, and the case garnered significant attention from the media and the public. After 3 weeks of intense searching, Papini was found on November 24, 2016, on the side of a rural road in Yolo County, California, about 150 miles from her home. She was discovered by a passing motorist who noticed her on the side of the road with restraints on her body. Sherri was disheveled and had a portion of her hair cut off. Papini's reappearance raised many questions due to the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and reappearance. There were no immediate explanations for what happened to her during the time she was missing, and the investigation did not yield any clear answers. Law enforcement agencies, including the Shasta County Sheriff's Office, conducted an extensive investigation to try and uncover the truth behind her disappearance and the identity of her captors. Several theories and speculations emerged, ranging from abduction to voluntary disappearance. Some critics questioned certain aspects of her story, while others expressed concerns over the impact the case might have on genuine missing persons investigations. Her reappearance was just the tip of the iceberg, as we now know. It took 4 years to unravel the truth behind it all. The story she told about her disappearance is that she claimed she was abducted by 2 Hispanic women. During her alleged captivity, Papini claimed that she was held against her will, restrained with bindings, and subjected to physical abuse by her captors. She also stated that they had cut off a portion of her hair. The details surrounding her abduction were scarce and mysterious, as there were no clear motives or identified suspects at the time. She reported that she was being told that she was about to be sold in a human trafficking deal. She said that the Hispanic women who abducted her even abused her brutally, and that her clothes were taken off while they branded her on the upper right portion of her back. What was found later is that she was herself involved in branding herself. But later on, it was declared by the Department of Justice that she had fabricated all this story, and the truth is somewhat completely different from the story being told by Sherri.
There is a massive break in the case.
And now it all comes crumbling down.
Sherri Papini's discovery raised intriguing questions as both male and female DNA were found on her, neither belonging to her or her husband.
The DNA was of a male, and it would be somewhat incongruent with the allegations that she made that she was abducted by 2 Hispanic women.
The FBI took charge and analyzed the samples through the Combined DNA Index System, CODIS, but disappointingly, no matches were found. However, in a surprising twist, reports in March 2022 revealed that DNA from her clothing matched that of an ex-boyfriend named James Reyes. Reyes himself confirmed that during the period she claimed to have been abducted, Papini had stayed at his residence in Southern California. This revelation added a new dimension to the case, leaving investigators and the public with more puzzling aspects to consider. She was actually living with a former boyfriend named James Reyes. And how did she get injured and chained with some of her hair being cut off? Well, you guessed it right. She did that to herself. She harmed herself in order to prove her lies. They were able to debunk the whole abduction mystery because of the DNA they found led them to James Reyes. And later on, he confessed that he helped Sherri get those bruises on her. He also helped her get the branding. She just hit herself with something. I helped her, says James.
Friend in need asked me for help, and that was that.
What did she say?
She was trying to get away from her husband. Like, your husband beats you, your husband raped you. I don't know what her deal was.
She made up stories. Keith was abusing her. She needed to get out of that relationship.
The ex-boyfriend's version of what happened is radically different.
But you're saying absolutely. It was just you and her in the car. There were no females involved.
I don't know any Mexican girls. I mean, there's no way, man.
He was duped by her, but he went along with it.
I didn't know what the final plan was. Like, were we gonna end up together? Was that her plan?
But it's fair to say you were hoping maybe you could get together with her.
No, I wasn't there yet.
When everything started to seem very clear to Sherri, she secretly admitted to her sister just one day before the guilty plea that she had lied about everything. Perhaps it was her gut telling her what was about to happen. On March 3rd, 2022, Sherri Papini was taken into custody by the FBI after being accused of lying to federal agents and staging her own kidnapping. The allegations suggested that she had orchestrated the hoax to spend time with her ex-boyfriend, away from her husband and family. Approximately 6 weeks later, Papini reached a plea agreement in which she confessed to orchestrating the entire hoax. On March 9th, 2022, Papini was released from jail on a $120,000 bond and surrendered her passport, pending her trial. Neither she nor her lawyer provided any comments regarding the allegations against her. The charges of mail fraud and lying to a federal officer could have led to a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison. However, 6 weeks after her arrest, Papini entered into a plea deal and confessed to orchestrating the hoax. In September 2022, she received her sentence of 18 months in prison and was fined $300,000.
And $300,000 that Sherri Papini will owe various government agencies. But the sheriff says there's no restitution for the anxiety that she caused her community. No way to put a value on the time and the resources wasted chasing her lies.
After she admitted that she faked her own kidnapping, her husband has filed for divorce. Sherri's little adventure of faking her own kidnapping has led to the end of her marriage. Her husband says that he and the kids are traumatized after all that happened. No one can imagine his wife being with her former boyfriend while hiding out from her husband and kids, leaving them in utmost distress. The custody of the kids would not be an issue after the fraudulent faking of her disappearance. Her husband is deeply heartbroken after finding out the truth, and he filed for the divorce right 2 days after the truth came out. Since he was the one who stood by her in all her fraud and lies, he deserved better. Sherri, in her remorse, said, "I am deeply ashamed of myself for my behavior and so very sorry for the pain I've caused." People may fabricate abduction or other false stories for various reasons, and it's essential to approach each case with sensitivity and understanding, as the motivations behind such actions can be complex and varied. Some possible reasons include seeking attention or sympathy, dealing with mental health issues, escaping responsibility, coping with personal relationship issues, seeking financial gain, experiencing psychological distress, or engaging in attention-seeking behavior due to personality disorders. Law enforcement and mental health professionals play a crucial role in investigating and addressing such cases appropriately, with the aim of determining the truth and providing appropriate support to those involved. The disappearance of Sherri Papini received national attention due to its mysterious nature, emotional impact, and the family's pleas for her safe return. The extensive media coverage and public interest contributed to the ongoing investigation. Sherri Papini's disappearance became a major focus of national news outlets. Her case was prominently featured in a multitude of prestigious media platforms, including Good Morning America, 2020, True Crime Daily, MSNBC, NBC Evening News, Inside Edition, ABC Evening News, The Today Show, The Daily Mail, Primetime Justice on HLN, Us Weekly, Fox News, and even graced the cover of People magazine. The extensive coverage on these prominent shows and publications brought the story to millions of viewers and readers across the country, sparking intense interest and concern for her well-being. Now let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and welcome back.
In and out. Covered.